Hey nerd family, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look here at Amazon Luna since it's now been out for 2 years. We're going to take a look at it here in 2022 to see if it's still up to snuff to be your cloud streaming platform of choice. So stay tuned. Before we jump into that, I'm going to go ahead and roll the intro, and I'll see you back here in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and staying healthy. Today we're looking at Amazon Luna, Amazon's cloud streaming platform. We're going to take a look and see if it's still worth it here in 2022 to be your cloud streaming platform of choice. Before we get into it, I do want to thank all of our subscribers. If you are a new subscriber from the last video, you will see your name scrolling across the bottom. And for all of our subscribers, you will see your name scrolling across the side. Again, I want to thank all of our subscribers as you're helping us get to where we want to be. Our next milestone is 500 subscribers, and we're on our way there, so thanks again. If you have not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future content. And if you guys do like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. But alright guys, let's go ahead and dive in here today. If you're not already following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, make sure to head over to @RealNerdCircle and give us a follow there. Alright guys, so right now there's really no shortage of cloud game streaming platforms. But unfortunately, in the beginning of this month, we did lose Google Stadia. Now, some of you don't really care. Some of you didn't really care for Google Stadia. Unfortunately, they went under because they didn't have enough users. I personally thought it was a really great platform of my choice. I really liked Google Stadia for what it was. We will kind of discuss some pros and cons as we go through the Luna video here today, but unfortunately Google Stadia is no longer a competitor, which is great for Amazon. So now really your competitors you have, of course, you have your Amazon Luna that we're discussing here today. You have your Nvidia GeForce. You do have your Xbox Cloud with Xbox Game Pass, as well as your PlayStation for PC with your PlayStation Plus account, and you can also stream those games to other PlayStation consoles and some other devices as well. Now, Amazon Luna came out October 21st of 2020, but it was an invite only, so at that time it wasn't really public to everybody. It did take them quite some time to be able to open it up to the public. It wasn't until March 1st of 2021 when they went public. Now, since then, they have made some slight changes. They've added some different game libraries that we'll see here shortly, and they have opened it up to some more devices. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Amazon Luna website and take a look at that first. So here we are over on the Amazon Luna website. Now, as we scroll down, you're going to see you can play for free. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, you don't have to sign up for a paid subscription for Amazon Luna. You can get a rotating category of games every month. So for the month of October of 2022, these games that you see here are going to be the games you can play for free for this month. So I believe it's a decent selection, and every month you do get some free games, so you can play for free. So you do have that. Now, if you do compare it over to what was Google Stadia, you could do Google Stadia for free as well, but of course having that Google Stadia Pro subscription did give you a lot more stuff, but you do have a free option over here. As we scroll down, you will see that they have what they call channels. So you can subscribe a la carte to each channel that you want to have, so you can have it be a cheap subscription for your games, or it could be expensive depending on if you subscribe to every single channel. So here's where it gets a little odd. So who is Luna really for? And I think that it boils down to it's for the person who doesn't want to invest in a gaming computer. You know, you don't want to have a expensive gaming computer, or just don't have the room or whatever for a gaming computer, and or you don't want to put the money into a console, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation. You just don't want to invest that money into a system. So then you revert to the cloud, and there's a few different options out there, Luna being one of them. So in essence, you're pretty much renting these games. So you can choose one of these channels. As an example, Luna Plus. That's going to be what most people are going to sign up for when they first sign up for a subscription. You're going to probably try that Luna Plus for $9.99 a month, and it's going to give you a pretty wide selection of games. We can take a look at those games here momentarily. But you do have other channels that you can subscribe to, such as Family, Retro. So the Prime with Gaming is going to be those free ones. You do have your Ubisoft Plus. We're going to kind of touch base on that in a little bit. And then you have your Jackbox games. Now, Luna Plus, when it first started, was only $4.99 a month. They have went up to that $9.99. And you see your family is $5.99, your retro is $4.99, your Jackbox is $4.99, Ubisoft Plus is $17.99. Now, we're going to kind of leave Ubisoft Plus out of here for the most part because you can subscribe to Ubisoft Plus separately, as I do, and you can tie it to some other services. Some are still kind of in the works. It was really, you could tie it to Google Stadia and or tie it to Luna Plus, and I tied mine to both of them, but I mainly used it on over on Google Stadia because it was just an easier platform to use. Can you tell I'm salty that Stadia has left us? Anyways, so you can tie it over to Luna, so it is great, but it is the same price no matter if you do it through Ubisoft Plus or do it through Amazon. I do think that Amazon Luna should make a more of a better deal with Ubisoft Plus, that if you subscribe to the channel through Amazon Luna, maybe you get it for a few bucks cheaper. Is that going to, save you thousands of dollars? No, but if you are someone who's subscribing to Luna and you're getting multiple channels, it'd be nice to be able to get that Ubisoft Plus channel for a discount. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. And it's going to kind of change in the future because they are working on getting Ubisoft Plus to work over on systems. So over on PlayStation, they have what they call Ubisoft Plus Classics. It doesn't have all the games, it has some of the classics, but it's a step in the right direction. And there are talks of getting it over on Xbox systems. So I think in the somewhat near future, we're going to see Ubisoft Plus on more and more devices, which in that case, I wouldn't want to pay less if it's just going to be connected with Luna. If I can get a cheaper price subscribing to Luna but still use it on Xbox or PlayStation, okay, maybe. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see how that all plays out. But it would still be nice to get a little bit of a discount over here. But regardless, you are paying the same price. So I'm going to kind of keep that out of the equation for the most part. Now, you can say that if you just do one channel or possibly two channels, depending on what you pick, it could be a cheaper alternative to some of the other clouds platforms that are out there. If you do Luna Plus at $9.99 a month, you're basically matching what the cost of Google Stadia was, but you're not getting any games. Now, Google Stadia would give you pro games that if you did cancel your pro subscription, you unfortunately wouldn't get those games going forward, but you could purchase games. Every month you got discounts on games you could purchase that they would be yours. Even if you canceled your pro subscription, they were yours to keep. There are no games to purchase over here, so you're kind of left with just renting the games. And if you do add up these channels because you want, games from every channel, you're paying a pretty steep price. We'll go over the price here momentarily, but you're paying a pretty steep price to get all of these games as just rentals that if you cancel, they're gone. I think that's kind of a weird way to do it, but I know that it kind of works for some people. But anyways, so you can say that, depending on what subscription you do over on Xbox or what subscription you do over on PlayStation, because they have their different tiers, maybe this ends up being cheaper, maybe it doesn't, but I do think you get a bit more, especially with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. You do also have that option to buy games at a discount, and it works on both Xbox, on PC. I think it gives you more of a variety. And the cloud works pretty well. I think they're still kind of getting things ironed out over there. Amazon Luna, does it work? It works, but I've had some issues with it that we'll kind of get into here in just a little bit. And PlayStation, I think they're getting better. They just came out with their PlayStation Plus, the tiered levels, and I think they still got some work to do. So Luna's looking pretty good right now if they can make some big moves. Now, if you were to take the prices of these channels, let's just say you were to do everything but the Ubisoft Plus, you'd be all in at about $26 a month, which I think is pretty steep, but you do get a pretty big selection of games. Let's go ahead and take a look at that selection right now. So first, let's look over at Luna Plus. All right, so over here on Luna Plus, it does tell you you can play games up to 1080p 60 frames. So again, that kind of falls behind some of the other cloud streaming platforms that allow you to play either 2K, 4K, or higher than 60 frames. So that kind of holds them back a little bit, but it's not horrible. You can play together with your friends. We can talk a little bit more about that. There is Luna Couch that doesn't work very well, but it is supported on most devices. We'll kind of cover some of those devices again a little bit later on. And here is your game list. So we'll kind of do a little scroll through here. They definitely have a good selection of games, and there are some AAA titles in here. So it's not to say that they don't have a pretty good or wide selection. It's just that you're renting these games, and if you are paying for all of the channels every month, at some point you're paying way too much. You could just be buying games, or it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm in the minority here. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure, if you haven't already followed us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle, head over there and give us a follow. But that is what you're going to get with the Luna Plus. Let's go ahead and head back and take a look at one of the other channels. So next up, we're going to look at the Family channel. Now, the Family channel tells you that you can access a growing catalog of E and E10 Plus, so that way it's family oriented here. And let's go ahead and take a look at what games we have in here. Again, I think there is quite a bit of games and some AAA titles in here, so I definitely think that they've got the games. Let's go ahead and head back and take a look at the next channel. The next one we have here is going to be Retro. This is going to have your old school games here. So it's a growing catalog of games that you want to play, is all it says. But let's go ahead and scroll down and see what games we have here. So you can definitely see they have a lot of old school games. So if you are an old school gamer here, then this is definitely gonna be the option for you. And there you have it. Let's go ahead and head back and take a look at the next one. So we're gonna go ahead and head over to Jackbox Games. All right, now I don't know if I'm reading into it too much here, but if you do notice, it doesn't say if we can play in 1080p, 60 frames, or anything like that, so I don't really know if they did that on purpose here. But let's go ahead and scroll down and see what we have. So there's not a whole lot of Jackbox games. I believe this is pretty much all of them. So you're gonna have, the different Jackbox games that they've come out with. I don't know if it's really worth subscribing to it. There's a lot of fun playability with these Jackbox games, but quite honestly, you can usually find them pretty cheap over on Steam and some other game stores, so you might want to just buy the games instead of paying $5 a month every month to just rent them. But that's just me. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at the games that are included in the Ubisoft Plus. If you are someone who subscribes to Ubisoft Plus, whether it be through Luna here or separately, let's just go ahead and see what games you're going to get. Now, these are going to be a lot of AAA titles because Ubisoft Plus puts out, or Ubisoft, I should say, puts out a lot of good games. Again, stream 1080p up to 60 frames. And here we can see what games we're going to get. So these are going to be a lot of good games. So Ubisoft Plus is probably going to be something you're going to want to subscribe to if you don't already. And you can see what games are going to come with it, and they keep adding to the collection over time. Now, there are more games in Ubisoft Plus that just aren't over here on Luna because they don't put every game on Luna, so you might want to check it out over on the Ubisoft Connect app over on PC. I believe they make it on Mac as well, but there are more games to be played with Ubisoft Plus. These are just the only ones they have over here on Luna. Let's go ahead and head back, and of course we can see what games we get for free this month with Prime Gaming. So if you did decide to go all in and do all of these, you're looking at in the neighborhood of about $42 a month, and I just feel that that's really steep. As of right now, for me personally, I already had Ubisoft Plus, so I was already paying for that anyways, and I do currently have the Luna Plus subscription. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it, just because as we kind of continue this conversation, and if you've watched some of the previous videos, I don't fully know at the moment that Luna is really worth it. I do think there's some other better options that are out there. I did think Stadia was better, but unfortunately that's no longer going to be an option. But I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to keep it unless they make some big changes here, one of which being the option to buy games and get discounts on games. Now, I know you can get free games through Amazon Prime, but it doesn't really put them into Luna. It's a whole separate thing, so maybe they can kind of combine the two and make that work in our favor. I don't know, but anyways, let's go ahead and scroll down a bit more here. you can see that it does work across a multitude of devices. So, you can play it on TVs, but it's mainly going to be Fire TVs. There aren't any other, unless you sideload it potentially, or if you can get it to work in a browser on one of those different Android-based TVs, or some of the smart TVs do have it, but mainly it's going to work on your Fire devices. They haven't really opened it up on Android TV or Google TV yet, but I think it was because they didn't want to compete with Google Stadia. Now that Google Stadia is gone, maybe they will make some partnerships with Google to go ahead and put it over on Android TV, which would then open the doors up a bit more. It does work over on Mac and PC. I don't remember if Mac has an application. I know last time I tried it a while back on Mac, it was just over in the browser. On the PC, we will look at it here in a moment, but it does have an actual Luna application. You can, of course, play it in the browser if you choose to. And then over on iPad and Android phones and iPhones, they don't have any apps for it yet. You do have to play in the browser, which is just a little cumbersome, but it does work. So it does have a vast majority of devices that it works on, but not every device yet. It's not going to be something that's easily playable across all devices, mainly your Fire devices. Now let's take a look at the controller here. So the controller, I've said in past videos, it's a nice looking controller. It's more similar to your Xbox controller because it's got the D-pad down at the bottom here and the joystick up at the top, versus it being reversed over on the Stadia controller. I've never held this controller in my hand. I can't really speak to the weight and feel of the actual controller. I've heard some good things about it. What I don't like about it, and I've said this in a past video, and comment down below if you feel that I'm wrong, I don't like that it takes batteries. I prefer more of a built-in battery, and I can just charge it with USB-C or what have you, instead of having to fumble with batteries. But to play the devil's advocate, I do agree with what people said, that you can have any device, whether it be a controller or not, that's got a built-in non-removable battery. At some point that battery is going to go dead, and then that controller in this case is going to go in the trash. So I do see the little bit of a silver lining of having removable or replaceable batteries, but I just don't like with fumbling with batteries. I wish that they would have went a little bit more along the lines of like an Xbox 360 controller, where it's got the option to either do regular batteries or you can buy a battery pack. I think that'd be the best of both worlds. If they had a battery pack that I could then plug it in, plug the charger in, and charge up that battery, but I can remove it if that battery pack goes dead. I'd buy a new one. I think that's better than fumbling with actual batteries. Even if you get rechargeable batteries, you still got to charge those, take those out. I don't like fumbling with batteries. Let me know your comments down below on what you think, and if you have tried the controller, let us know your thoughts on how it plays and how it feels in your hands. You can also use other controllers. You can use Xbox, PlayStation, mouse and keyboard, so it does support that. And with some games, you can actually use the touch controls on your phone. You can download a Luna controller app and you can use the touch controls that way. I've never tried it because I just think it might be a little weird, but maybe we'll have to try it in a future video. But you can see a few different images of the controller here. Now they do say it is cloud direct play, pretty similar to I think how Google Stadia's controller was, where it basically links up with Wi-Fi for a pretty much lag-free experience. So if it works similar to that, then I think it would probably be a good controller in that regard. And it does have Alexa built in, so you can speak to it and tell it to play a certain game, so that is a kind of a cool feature. If there's anything that I forgot to mention about the controller, let me know down below. Alright, now they do have some gaming bundles, so if you haven't tried Luna yet, you can get some bundles, whether it be with the Fire Stick, the Fire Stick 4K Max, the Fire HD, Fire HD 10 with their tablets there. And it does also work with Twitch, because it being an Amazon company, both Twitch and Luna, they do work together with Twitch, so that just makes it a really valid gaming platform for game streaming, with Twitch being one of the biggest game streaming platforms that are out there. Google Stadia worked over with YouTube, and I don't think it worked as well as this potentially does. Now, I've never actually live streamed any of my Luna stuff over on Twitch, so any of you that have done that, let me know in the comments down below, or if you've watched anyone who's live streaming over on Twitch, how did you think it went? But it is, I think, a valid thing that they have Twitch kind of LinkedIn in the background there, since they are the same company. So I think that is a good thing going for them. And this is what I was telling you, that you can use your controller app on your phone here to go ahead and play some of the games.
Introducing Luna Couch. With Luna Couch, you can play games together with your friends, even when you're apart. Just start your game, open the Luna overlay, and start a new couch session. This will give you a code that you share with your friends that they use to join your game and play, even if they don't have a Luna subscription. Game like you're on the same couch.
So I think Luna Couch is a great idea, and it works, but the execution of it is just not flawless. There's some things they need to work on, as you will see in some upcoming videos. In our experience, it's not lag free. There's some weird things where, you know, technically I was player one, I was sharing it with someone else, but they had the full control. There's just some weird things you guys will see in some upcoming videos as we tested it out. I definitely think that it's got some potential, but I think they need to work on it. And unfortunately, it's probably never going to have every game be capable of Luna Couch, but there's not a huge library. And there's some games that you wish would have Luna Couch that you would think it should, that don't. So I think that they have some work to do with Luna Couch, but it's a great option to have to be able to play with someone who's not around you. And the fact that they don't have to have a Luna subscription is kind of cool too, but they have some work to do. So there you have it. That's pretty much the extent of Luna over here on the web. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Luna application over here on PC, just so you can kind of get your eyes on it here. So this isn't really anything new. This is pretty much stuff that we covered here, but you have play free with Prime. You have games for everyone with all your different channels, play on your devices. We're going to go ahead and say okay. Now every time you come in, if there was an update recently, it's going to kind of show you what's new. So, you know, it shows you some of the new games and maybe some of the new features. So like guest mode, pair your Luna controller or phone controller to a friend's account to play Luna together in person. Some more games here. You can now change your player name and like avatar. All right, you say sounds good. And here we have it. So when you jump in, you're gonna have your home screen. Now here's gonna be your free games for the month. You're going to have continue playing any games that you've been playing. And then you've just got some categories like editor's pick, you know, things you added to your playlist, retro channel, Jackbox games, Luna Couch games. So any games that can be played with Luna Couch, newly added, action, racing games, RPG games, Luna Plus, Ubisoft Plus, family channel, Metacritic picks, trending games. So they have no shortage of lists and genres and categories here for you to be able to find, and it looks pretty appealing. It looks pretty similar on almost every device that you try it on. It doesn't look bad. Then you have your library. So games that are included with your subscription are going to show up here. So obviously, dependent on how many subscriptions or channels you subscribe to, you're going to have a different list than what I have here, but this will show all of your games in one screen, and then you can break it down by genre, game type, channel, sort by. So you have some different ways of breaking things down. Then you have your playlist here. So any games that you've added to your playlist will show up here. You can, of course, search here. So if you're just trying to find a certain game, you can search for it. As they add more channels and things like that, and the lists grow, then this, I think, is going to become a pretty good feature here. Then you do have your couch. So again, it's going to play a little video, but we're going to just close out here. So this is going to show you basically any games that can be played with Luna Couch. So basically the way this works is if I were to start a game, I would go into the game, I would go into like the couch section, and it's going to give me a code, and then I'm going to give that code to my friend. My friend's going to come here, pop the code in, and click join game, so that way they don't have to have a Luna subscription. Now when you do go into a couch session, there's a menu that you have to bring up on the side. We will show you that in a future video, but there's a menu that can be a bit tricky to get to. But once you get to it, there's some toggles for you to be able to basically turn off mouse and keyboard on their side, and controller things. It's just, there's some weird things that you guys will see in an upcoming video, and I don't know, it works, but it's kind of weird. You guys will see. Now we can broadcast. So that's going to be the Twitch integration there. You can broadcast over to Twitch. And then you're going to have some of your settings here. So you can adjust some settings and whatnot. And then down at the bottom, you're going to have your profile. So there you have the profile. That's really all there is in the application here. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, easy to use, it's pretty straightforward, and I think it looks pretty clean. So let's go ahead and close out of here and let's go over some final thoughts. Alright guys, just to kind of sum up a little bit of what we talked about here. So I think that Amazon Luna is a great option, but I don't think it's the best option. And I think that your money can go a bit further with some of the other options that are out there, mainly because the other options allow you to purchase games that even if you cancel your subscription, you own the games. Now, maybe that's not for everybody. You know, maybe you don't have a PC that can play games, so you don't care if you own any games. Maybe you don't have, you know, an Xbox or a PlayStation console, so it just doesn't benefit you in that regard either. So in that case, then maybe you're looking to kind of go between NVIDIA GeForce Now or Luna, and I would still kind of potentially go towards NVIDIA GeForce Now because I've just had better experience with it. We will have more videos in the future of either and all of those platforms. So check out the past videos, and of course let us know if there's anything you need to know before we put out any future videos. Let us know in the comments down below. But in my experiences with Luna, it's just not a 100% baked platform just yet. My experience is basically that it does take time to install the games, which you do have to do over with GeForce Now and the other platforms as well. That's one of the things I really loved about Google Stadia, is that there was no installing games. You pretty much clicked on a game and it would play right away, and very minimal loading screens throughout the games. And over here on Luna, you do have to install the games. It does take some time to kind of install it, and there are some other loading screens and things of that nature. It's pretty much like you're playing on your PC, but you're not using your PC's resources. So it's kind of the same concept as playing on PC. So just know that you are going to have to take the time to basically install things, which can kind of make things a bit more challenging. But if you're comparing it to PC playing and just don't want to invest in a PC, then okay, you're going to be used to installs and things like that, so it might be okay for you. But then still comes the price. If you lock in at one of the $5.99, $4.99 channels, then you're not really investing too much. Even if you lock in at the Luna Plus $9.99 channel, you're only investing $10 a month. That's not horrible, but at the end of the day, if you're doing this for years, several years, it's going to add up to the point where when you cancel, you got nothing. You don't have anything to show for however long you paid that subscription for. And especially if you're doing all the channels, or you're in at the $24 a month, $43 a month, whatever it may be, at the end of the day, you got nothing. So you just kind of have to, really feel if that's something you want to do. If you're all in on cloud and don't care to ever purchase games and don't care to ever buy a system or a PC, then okay, maybe Luna might potentially be for you. If you're all in on Amazon and all in on Twitch, then maybe it might be for you. I don't know if it's going to be for me unless they make some changes. If they can make Luna Couch work a little bit more fluidly, if they can potentially work in Amazon Prime Gaming where the games that they give you for free are included over here on Luna in the same library, and if they give discounts to purchase games similar to how Xbox and PlayStation does it, then I think it's going to make it that much better. And if they do start opening it up to work on more platforms where you don't have to go on the web browser, so if they can make it work on, NVIDIA Shield and, Chromecast with Google TV and some of these other devices that people are having, even potentially Apple TV devices, if they can open it up to more devices, then I think it's going to be a bit more widespread, and hopefully they keep baking in more things. Now, I don't have the fear that they're going to, take it out in the back and kind of shoot it just like they did over with Google Stadia. I don't think that Amazon burns through as many of their ideas as Google does. They tend to kind of hold on to an idea for a while. So I'm hoping that they can make this better over time. Me personally, I think I'm going to stick with, currently I subscribe to the PlayStation Plus. I kind of like how that works. I will be resubscribing to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate again in the future, probably in the January-February timeframe. If you guys don't know why I currently unsubscribed, make sure to go watch that video. But I will be subscribing to it again in the future. I do like the way everything works on there. And I don't know if I'm going to keep my NVIDIA GeForce Now. It works good, but I just don't know if it's worth the money. I can kind of do the same thing mainly with Steam Link, so I'm gonna kind of really look into if I really need to keep my NVIDIA GeForce Now or not. But I do think in the coming months I'll probably be getting rid of Luna if they don't make some big changes. If you guys aren't following over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, make sure to go ahead and give us a follow over there, and let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If there's anything I forgot to mention, I'll leave it in the description down below, and if there's anything you noticed that I forgot, please make sure to leave it in the comments down below. I do hope you found this video helpful and informative. And if you guys did like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. Now, if you guys would like to see some gameplay from Luna or any other platform here, make sure to head over to Facebook and look for @NerdCircleGaming. We're doing some gameplays over there. It's still a work in progress. We definitely need a lot of feedback over there. Help us get those videos the way you guys want them to be. Leave us some feedback and let us know how we can make those videos better for you. But definitely let us know if there's a certain game you'd like to see us play. We'll go ahead and put some footage over there. So make sure to head over there and follow us. While you're down in the description, make sure to check out our new links page. There's a lot of new links over there for you, one of which is our Buy Me a Coffee. If you guys do want to help support the channel, you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/thenerdcircle. There is no obligation, but there are a few ways over there you can help support us, and we definitely appreciate any support we can get. You can also help support us if you haven't already subscribed. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. You can also follow the links on the screen to the older videos. And until next time, guys, stay nerdy.